Week 0, NFL season. Then this new thing we got running where preseason ends, we have an off week, and then it starts. Woo! Super excited, super pumped. Yeah, you heard that? I'm not here by myself today. We got Lido in here,
Yes, sir.
also the gypsy himself.
Step into my tent.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Uh,
that sounded sexual.
it was, I got turned on. Okay.
It's always a little bit.
All right, so we're going to do our best here to kind of talk about the draft recap in the league here. Draft was cool. I had a good time. I got fucking shithoused. And also, I learned as I was recording the draft, I had fucked with some of our settings, and I chopped up the audio. Yes, I failed. Because
Oh, did you?
I fucking failed hard, man. So after offense, no, actually halfway through offense, I hit something on my board here. Don't know what I hit, but when I went back and I filtered the actual video into MP4 and was going, okay, I need to edit this thing. I got to chop it up. Yeah, halfway through offense, somehow the audio doesn't match what's happening on the screen.
Oh shit.
No idea how I did that. No clue. So I'm still in the process of trying to chop it up to make it, maybe condense it into like, I don't know, a 15-minute video because of what the draft is, about 2.5?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, including the break and whatnot. So
Right.
ultimately, I do want to chop it up because we recorded it for a reason, so I don't want to just throw it away. I will say there was some pretty funny shit in there. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, some of us couldn't restrain ourselves from some draft picks being made. Yeah, which it's a draft that's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know. Just imagine when we do a live one, you can really record that one, and that'll be
Man.
live.
I think when we do the live one, in not next season, but the season after our 20th, we're gonna figure something out. By then, I should be a millionaire by then, so we'll probably just put little mics in front of everyone, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. It'll be fun. It'll be sick. And we'll probably end up doing it in Stockton too, instead of making everyone travel.
Nice.
Yeah,
It just
we'll
makes,
see.
It just makes more
We'll
sense.
plan it out.
See, that's what I like to hear, Carl. That's why he's the viceroy. If you guys don't know what a viceroy is, Google it. Okay, so fuck it. Let's jump into this thing. I should switch my screen over here. Okay, so let's just jump right into draft results, huh? So the first round. Now, I wasn't sure what the fuck Evan was going to do because I thought he was lying to me, and he was going to go Lamb. I thought for sure he was going Lamb because he told me dead set he wasn't going McCaffrey. He didn't keep his word there.
I didn't think he was going Lamb.
You know who benefited the most out of the first 3 picks? Because John being at that third spot, taking Mahomes. You know who benefited the most?
Shimp.
Papa Shimp. Yep, he was kind of upset we're getting rid of keepers, and I was like, "You're drafting 4. You could still get McCaffrey." What happened? Got McCaffrey.
He shouldn't have got McCaffrey.
Yeah, combo taking Mahomes, 3rd overall, which I called, absolutely called it. I knew that was happening from the get-go. There was no question about it.
Yeah.
You know what though? I mean, Dicker down Ryan, even though he had auto draft because he had to work to support his family. Brees Hall, I think, is a pretty. I mean, if you're not getting McCaffrey, Brees Hall's not bad in the first round, right?
Yeah. No, that's who I told Amaret to go for.
Yeah. Who she end up with? It was Bijan, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only other route I would have gone there would have been Amon Ra, I think.
God, he's a monster, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how are you guys feeling about Derrick Henry going 9 overall?
That blew me away.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised by that too.
Yeah, and Chris tends to be one of the better drafters in our league too.
I think he had something got his eye on Henry, and he wasn't about to let that go to chance. However, I think he probably would have fallen to the 3rd round. So
Well,
possible.
maybe.
I got him in the second round in my other league, but I picked first.
Oh,
So
mhm.
I picked Christian McCaffrey, and then Derrick Henry came all the way back to me. So really, it was like the start of the third round.
That's pretty sexy.
I
I
mean, I
mean,
like it.
Yeah,
If everything even goes average for him, you're gonna probably see some high touchdown upside. They're tired of Lamar being out, so they're gonna stop running him near the goal
yeah.
line.
I feel like he's at least 10 touchdowns. That's easy.
I agree. I agree. He's
As
shit.
long as he stays healthy,
Right.
I can't see him getting anything less than that. I like Derrick Henry. I'm not sure I would have took him at 9.
No, not in the first round. No, I wouldn't have either. Watch, and now he's going to score like 26. Yeah. You know what though? Maybe Chris saw something because Tennessee, they were using Henry like they were putting him on the side, like on the outside and shit. They weren't even just running him down the middle. So maybe in Baltimore they're like under Harbaugh, he's like, fuck it, we're just gonna run his ass down the middle, you know.
I think so.
And then other notable things like Jamar Chase, he's back in practice now, isn't he?
No, he's still
Actually,
not
he
back.
didn't. Yeah, he didn't practice today.
But he's in the building though, isn't he?
He's been in the building though.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like a
But
holdout,
I
right?
guess, yeah, I guess he like practiced the yesterday or the day before, and then today he was like in street clothes.
Okay, but he's practiced. Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, I think he's likely to play, but I am kind of glad that was the other blockbuster pick I was playing. I was going wide receiver no matter what in the first round, and the other person I was considering was Jamar Chase, but with the contract struggle, it just felt like too much risk.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the new thing now, right? If you
Mhm.
give a wide receiver a contract, you give him a 4 year, you only get to actually play him for 3 because he's going to sit out his fourth unless you give him more. That's just how it goes now, right?
Yeah.
Like what was that
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday? I was texting Evan like Debo, I'm not Debo. I was like CD deal done. Oh man, I was all on my feelers. It was great. I mean, honestly, the first round, I mean, I don't know, minus the Derrick Henry thing, and we come on, we knew Mahomes was going. We knew that was going to happen. Really, it kind of shook up the next 2 rounds pretty well, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, going back and look at the first 3 rounds here, I don't necessarily know if I would have went AJ Brown after Jefferson, but hey, that's not me, you know. I believe what was there? Oh yeah, that's another thing. 4 running backs went in the first round. I wasn't expecting that. And then what
I
else?
was expecting the 3, just not Derrick Henry.
Yeah. I mean, and I think there was something else I saw. There was like 12 quarterbacks went in the first 10 rounds or something. Something
Yeah.
wild.
See, that's what got me.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, and
I was
still,
actually surprised at how late some of the quarterbacks started going. I'm pretty sure I ended up reaching for um, Kyler at the end of it all because I was just expecting once it got down to that tier of quarterbacks, they would start flying off the board, but that was not the case.
yeah, because you took Kyler. Oh, and you took him in the 5th, huh?
Because I knew he wasn't coming back, or thought he wasn't coming back on the sixth when the quarterback ran started.
I'm such a homer. I took Dak. Of course I did.
Yeah,
You know,
You got him in the 7th though. That's pretty good value.
I mean, it is. I mean, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't also factoring in our keeper system.
true.
For
Right.
anybody that somehow sees this or listens to it that's not in our league, which I doubt anyone's going to see it, but we have a keeper system where we get to keep 2 offensive players and 2 defensive players. And how you decide your keepers are: your first keeper is anyone drafted between rounds 1 through 6, and your second keeper is anyone drafted between rounds 7 through 15. Also, if you add somebody from the waiver wire and you want to keep them, that's your first rounder. We're not playing you get to slide them into the 7th bullshit.
Uh,
We've always
huh.
been that way,
Did we
right?
ever do that before?
No,
I don't think so.
never. That was originally
I thought you couldn't keep somebody that you picked up.
no, you can keep them, but they're your first rounder. I
It's
remember
good
how
to
that rule
Mm.
got started too. Guess who it was? Shinjo.
know.
Big shocker why we had to make a rule. I don't remember who it was either. I have no idea. Um, Let me ask you guys this: of the first 3 rounds, if you had to choose, let's throw some fucking dirt around here. It's been too cordial at this point. Who drafted the worst player in the first 3 rounds? And I'm going to shoot over to Toledo first and see what you got.
Um, in the first 3 rounds, I would have to go with Mahomes.
Yeah, third overall.
Yeah, not because I don't think he's going to be good. I think he's going to do a lot better than he did last year. But personally, he ended up as the 8th quarterback last year, and I had him in the 7th round because he
Yeah,
was my keeper.
yeah, ultimate
But
keeper.
but when you end up as the 8th quarterback, that means 7 dudes finished in front of you, and to go in the first round when we have 3 wide receiver spots and 2 running back slots and a flex, I just felt like that was a bad pick.
Yep.
Um, I'm not sure if he would have been there if it would have came back to him, but I would hope so that nobody else would have got him in the first or second round.
And
But
I,
I just thought
yeah,
that one was a little bonkers to me.
and I agree with you too, because when you look at his final results, and also, by the way, yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That really doesn't impact fantasy football. So,
No.
right.
And they
yeah,
and they didn't play well last year for
yeah.
like half the year.
All,
They
all, his,
were pretty bad.
all his receivers kept dropping everything they threw at him.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really him so much, but just overall as a team, they didn't look like the Chiefs. I didn't think they were going to win the Super Bowl.
And this, am I wrong? Didn't Kelsey get hurt too? I feel like he was
I think
out.
he was hurt during the season.
Right, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. So that definitely is going to affect his numbers.
Right.
I mean, if you look at his final roster, Mahomes, Evan, Harrison Jr., Nico Collins, ETN, Ford, Kittle, and Rice. I mean, it's not terrible, you know.
No. He's even got Mostert on the bench. He's got some viable pieces. But I mean overall, look, I mean, he only has one receiver on the bench though.
That's gonna probably hurt him late in the season. If
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, I want to give a shout out real quick before we go to you, Evan. Let's give a shout out to the week 0 box mover, Trevor. 6 moves in week 0. He's our week 0 UPS box mover. Congratulations, Trevor. Congratulations, buddy. All right, that's enough hating on that. All right, now Evan, if you had to pick the worst draft pick in the first 3 rounds, who you taking?
So Carl went with the obvious one. I feel
Sure.
like I was tempted to say Derrick Henry, but the upside is enough to make me say that that's not the worst pick. It's double-headed, and it's going to be both people that pick tight ends in the third round.
Oh,
uh,
beautiful. Love it.
especially Kelsey before Laporta. I mean, Old Man Winters is not going to do any better than he did last year, and if he does, it's going to be marginal. And Laporta is due for negative regression. So
Yeah.
while possibly top 2 tight end options, definitely not worth the value in round 3.
Fair enough. Now, Kelsey going in my second pick in the third round was a spite pick. If you guys remember during the second round, getting back to my turn, I was like, all right, ETN's loaded up. I'm taking ETN. I'm taking ETN. John sniped me. He fucking sniped me. And I was picking before him in the third, and I knew exactly who he wanted because he's the ultimate homer, right? So,
Yeah.
and you know what, Evan? I actually don't disagree with that because even in my own notes, I said, I think I made one of the worst picks in the third round. Little self reflection there. I don't just. Now, the Laporta thing, I mean, it's. Wouldn't it be more of a bigger phrase to say he would do better? Don't you think it's easy to say he's going to regress?
Not necessarily, because he just had one of the, I think, the best tight end year for a rookie. For a rookie tight end, he had the best year. Um,
Um, he was
I,
super efficient though too.
That's what I mean. Is the efficiency
Yeah.
just isn't repeatable, so you're banking on him getting more volume, which I don't see it happening and
Fair.
tipping the scales too dramatically in one way or the other.
Actually, that's super fair. Seeing that he had 120 targets.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's like CD Lamb numbers. 86 receptions. Fuck, he
I
had
mean, that's already on the high end,
very
for
high
tight
end.
ends.
Fuck, 86 receptions is a good wide receiver number.
Mhm.
And fuck,
And he scored 10
he
touchdowns.
had 10 tutskis.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's possible he comes in right next to it, or even just slightly lower, but that's slightly
Yeah,
lower
that's pretty
again.
fair.
Not third rounder.
That's pretty fair. For me, uh, when I saw this, I actually had to look at it twice to make sure I wasn't fucking seeing things because I was pretty fucking confused. And it's Papa Shemp. He took Drake London in the second round.
Oh.
Come on, guys. Hold on a sec. Come on. He took Drake London in the second round, man. I
Now I think that may be yeah. I mean, that's ADP wise. I don't think that's too off, but yeah,
you
for
want to
expectation,
let's
which
go take a
is
look.
going to
Yeah,
happen.
look at that. He only had 4 and 2 touchdowns though. That's pretty bad.
Let's see where he ranks ADP wise just in the number 1 receivers. 21. Ouch. Now,
Well,
the Kirk Cousin thing, right? That has something to do with it, doesn't it? Don't you think?
I think Kirk Cousins or Michael Penix is an upgrade over whoever happened to be throwing him the ball beforehand. So his numbers are guaranteed to go up. It's just how much.
Yeah. I mean, I love Papa Shemp. Love him to death. Fucking wild pick for your second round first receiver. Where the fuck's the draft results? Let's see. Let's go. McCaffrey, duh, right? London. After taking London as your second overall, you kind of have to take Laporta, don't you? I mean, he held off until the 7th to get Tua. Now, getting a piece of that Miami offense is actually really smart, and I was kind of kicking myself in the ass. I could have took A-Chain, and I decided not to because I was worried about his longevity. I should have threw out the window, just took his ass. I should not even thought about that and just went for it. But looking at the rest of it, I mean, it is kind of funny though to go Tua. Well, I guess he got Goff pretty late, right? In 12. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't know how the hell did he get an A plus?
Wait, he got an A+?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, he sure did.
I guess they just love Christian McCaffrey so much.
Well, maybe we could let's do a little reading here. In the League of 10, the Free Riders managed to secure an impressive A+ draft grade while snagging the 4th spot in the draft order, with a projected record of 13-2. Oh, it's strength of schedule, Carl. Right there, 13-2. So it has to go off who he's playing against to get his A+, right? And forecast first place
Yes.
finish. Wait, hold on. And a forecast first place finish. They seem poised for fantasy glory, despite facing the 6th toughest schedule. So I was dead wrong on that. Oops, rip. The team is ready to conquer the competition. I don't know, man. Papa Shemp is always in it, though. He's always in it, regardless.
I'm not down it, but I don't know. When I was just looking at his receivers right now, they didn't look too strong.
No, it's not. I don't think that's anything to brag about. You know.
Has anyone had double digit wins in the league before?
Oh yeah, happens all the time.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit,
Yeah,
Emmerich went
too.
undefeated.
Oh shit! I did not know
Wait,
that.
but not to double digit. Oh, I see what you're saying, Carl. I understand what you're saying now. Total. Wait, has she ever been in the playoffs?
Yeah, she lost that year in the playoffs.
Damn.
She's been a couple times. I think one of those years I beat her.
That's crazy though. So yeah, my pick is sorry, Shemp, but I thought Drake London was a massive reach around.
It was. That's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah, seriously. Especially when you look at who went after Drake London. Debo Samuels, Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp. Those guys went after Drake London. So
Yeah, I wasn't real happy with Devontae Adams either, though.
yeah, I almost took his ass over Kelsey. I was juggling. I was like, do I say fuck you combo for taking ETN? And I wanted to take Adams because I don't believe he's going to be in Las Vegas the whole season. I believe he's going to be in New York with Rodgers. I don't know. We'll see. I will say, though, Evan, you mentioned it. It is impressive how much restraint was shown in our league because it's not normal for only, what, 2 QBs to go in the first 3 rounds? What, Mahomes
Yeah.
and Allen, right? Yeah. Oh, Hurts. Never mind, 3.
Yeah.
That's still pretty decent for our guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
at least the top quarterbacks got drafted. You didn't see anybody grab Kyler Murray in the first 3 rounds.
Right.
He got drafted in the first round in one of my other leagues.
No, we didn't.
Yes, he did.
Is that a 20-man league or?
It's a
crazy.
12-team league, but still,
Damn.
it's still a bad pick.
That's a bad pick. I'm sorry. You know,
That's
Yeah.
bonkers that Prescott was the next quarterback to come off the board after I took Kyler because my decision was going to be between McBride and Kyler. And I was like, well, it's probably more important to have a rushing QB and play the tight end game when I probably could pick up Fergie and have a decent tight end. And then he went, and I'm sitting there thinking, shit, I could have probably taken McBride and been able to complete my stack with Kyler come around in the 6th.
man, Evan, I didn't even notice that. You're fucking right.
Well, once the quarterback started going about 4, they went pretty quick. And then the tight end started real fast. Everyone jumped on him.
It's that fucking avalanche, right?
Yeah. Because I thought I'd be able to get a decent tight end in like the 6th or the 7th, but you guys were going ape shit.
Yeah, it didn't help me and Shimp starting early on him. And I actually talked to Dad post draft, and I was like, Laporta, you like him, huh? And he goes, well, fuck, you took Kelsey, so I got gun shy. So that's exactly what it was. I mean, honestly, I think combo getting George Kittle late in the 6th, I think that's a pretty good value.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
Also, Carl, I thought for sure you were going Neighbors in the 7th. I thought for sure.
I didn't think he'd make it that long.
You're probably right because I think I've been watching Hard Knocks, so I kind of got a crush.
Haven't even watched it yet.
I had a little bit of a crush on him, and I was like, oh, this guy's a monster. I need him. Feed me him. But then I remembered, the quarterback situation you got running there. Yeah.
In a bunch of my other leagues, he went in like the 4th round. So
Okay, that makes sense.
he was. So when I saw him and I was just like, damn, it's the 6th round. I said I'd like to wait, but I don't think he's gonna be there. So
you know what?
I went with it.
Hold on a sec here. I just saw something I didn't realize. Did Diggs go after Tank and Nico?
I think so.
Wow.
That lines up with where I got him. I think he's going to be a big distraction, and that's about it. And then he's going to throw another bitch fit and leave town.
Yeah, Nico went in the 5th. Tank Dell went in the 5th. And wait, who had Diggs?
He went in the 6th. He's right there.
Yeah, he went in the 6th. Interesting. God, I like Tank Dell a lot, but he's such a little guy. Like he's gonna get bullied, don't you think? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, the injury he got last year was kind of a fluke, just shitty thing. I think anybody that got hit like that probably would have had a similar injury. Then he got shot in the leg, and he's still back. Looked 100% in the preseason. So.
Oh, I watched that. He got lucky, man. It was clean in and out. Wait, that was Tank Dell? I thought that was a DB.
No, that's Tank Dell.
Savage.
Savage. I think oh no, what it was, he got shot before the season started last year. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then he went out and got that leg injured. Yep.
Man.
I don't know. Everything that I've been reading, they were real high on Tank Dell this offseason.
Yeah.
They were thinking he was going to be the guy, even though he's not going to get probably because he's the streaker guy, the speed guy.
Yeah.
That he's not going to get, all the catches, but they think he's going to be the most productive out of the 3.
Well, look at the relationship he had with was Kyler throwing to him? Not Kyler. No, that's dumb. Excuse me, Stroud.
Stroud,
Him and did it start like mid-year where they just became like a good couple, or was it right away? I don't remember.
I think it was early mid-year, and yeah, I agree. I think he has the best chance to lead in fantasy points because I think Diggs will be a distraction, and when you've got him and Collins working the outside, a lot of you saw him manufacture a lot of targets to Dell in short passes last year, which turned in and screens, which turned into big chunk plays. But I mean, if you got those two streaking down the sideline, I think they're gonna have a chance to open up a lot more slants, screens that'll break off big plays.
I mean, shit. He had oh fuck, they run his ass too. They must run him on pitches or something. He had 11 rushing attempts last year as well.
Yep.
47.
Well,
Yeah, I
then
like
on
having
top
him
of
until he got
that,
injured.
Man, he had 7 TDs in 11 games. That's fucking good.
right. And I think CJ Stroud, he started off, they didn't like just throw him into the fire. He wasn't making a lot of big plays super early. Like the first 4 games, they were basically asking him to just, dink and dunk. And then he started opening up the field about halfway through the season, and they really started chucking it.
Man, D'Amico Ryans, that's a coach. I bet you a lot of owners looking back on going, fuck, we should have gave him a shot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Houston's emerged. This is the first time ever in their existence, like what, they came in the league, what, 01? If they don't win a division, it's a loss in the year. I mean, they're at that level now. They have to produce with all this hype train they got running.
Yeah, I
I
think
I
the
mean,
mean,
only
they,
people that
they
can
don't
keep
necessarily
pace are
have to
Colts.
win the division, but I think they need to at least get into a wild card spot.
I don't know. I think okay. You know what? You're right. They have to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They have to. I mean, and their backfield is fucking loaded. Akers. I don't know who the fuck Brooks is, but Mixon. Um, the how do you pronounce that? Ogun whatever. And then Pierce. Their shit's loaded up, man. I mean, fuck Collinsdale, Diggs. They got Schultz. Fuck. I mean, they have. Come on, they have to make the playoffs. Come on. All right, let's move on here.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, let's move on. Ooh, let's look at late. Let's go late. Let's just jump down to late. We'll go from 7 down. If you guys had to guess, just off without seeing any numbers, because we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Do you already know who you expect to keep from 7 down, or do you have any inclination? Obviously, I'm probably gonna keep Prescott if he doesn't break his fucking leg again. I mean, there were some really good players went late. Fergie, nah, I don't think that's that amazing. But hold on a sec. I just train of thought just got destroyed. Scrubber Duckies getting Montgomery in the 7th, I think is fucking great value.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fucking amazing value. I mean, if you guys had to choose of your own roster without seeing the numbers, who do you like the most? Like who do you love to keep? And I'm gonna go to Gypsy first here. Let's go to your roster. Who are you thinking?
Well, let's see. I was Lad. Was it Lad, Jaden Daniels, and Jonathan Brooks? Would be my three. Jake Ferguson's an outlier. I don't expect Ridley. I think Ridley could have a chance to have a really good year, but I don't think he's going to pull that consistently. Ladd has a chance to take over the Keenan Allen role, basically, in the Chargers offense, so at least a solid PPR grab. Um, Daniels, I mean, rushing quarterbacks are that's gold in fantasy right now. So I mean, even if he's a half decent passer, could be worth a 7th round keeper as well. And then Brooks, not so much just because of the Panthers' offense, but we'll see how that goes.
And I kind of think you set yourself up for a good thing here. Just looking at it, I don't think you have to be married to anybody. I don't. I don't think you have to like convince yourself like you have to have them. You know.
that was sort of my plan. Was like, okay, first 7 rounds, I want to have my starting roster completed, if possible, if that works out that way. That way, going into these later rounds, I can just start taking flyers and keep in mind rookies and stuff to keep in the 7th going on.
Yeah. I mean, and looking at mine, it's. I mean, come on. I'm a homer. It's probably gonna be Prescott. I mean, I'm not even trying to
Well,
hide.
I feel like Jaden Daniels is like nothing but upside, especially at 13. I mean, whatever happens, it's like it's not a big deal. You could even drop him if you needed to. But if he turns out to be a home run, you know, that I mean that's how I got Mahomes. I drafted him like the last
Yeah,
pick
yeah, dude, that's right.
on
Right.
his
That's
on
right.
his rookie year or whatever, and he just blew up that year.
Yeah, he
So
was fucking gold mine for you.
yeah,
Yeah, for real. I mean, and then going down here to Lido here. God, I love fucking the horseshoe this year. Anthony Richardson, fucking beast. Damn, that's pretty
I
good,
mean,
bro. For Anthony Richardson and Burrow. And you got Burrow in the 10th.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Um, I mean, I was pretty happy with both of those picks, but I even have I was looking at Chase Brown and even Corum because I'm not sure what's going to happen in the Rams backfield. But if he ends up, being good, or even Rome on Chicago, if they blow up or something, he could be a legit seventh round pick. I mean, me personally, I always look for like a running back or a wide receiver. But if a quarterback blows up and you keep him at 7, it's definitely a solid pick.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think I got to have CD for like what 3 seasons in the 7. That was nice.
Yeah.
3 or 4 seasons actually. I think I took him his rookie year. Actually, I take that back. I've had him 4 years in a row. I think.
And that was before he really blew up, but
Oh
it was
yeah,
still a good pick at 7.
yeah. It was me homering hard.
Well, shit, I had Jefferson for the all 3 years so far,
Since
whatever
you,
Yeah,
it
that
was,
was
yeah,
since he came. So
ridiculous.
yeah, since you joined. You know, I'm looking at this too. Fucking Chris. Chris is not
Dude,
stupid.
he drafted so good after 7.
Chris is so fucking good. Um, and if like kind of like you, Carl, you were just mentioning, if you can find a QB late, motherfuckers got Williams and Jordan Love, two young studs
Ooh.
with good
Yeah.
young coaches.
Well, he's got
Man,
Xavier Worthy too. I
fuck.
would bet that Chris probably ends up keeping either Worthy or Nick Chubb next year.
Chubb in the 11th. Now, granted, they're expecting him back. How far in? It's not that far, right?
Like 4 or 5.
Damn, you got him.
Damn, really?
Damn, you got him fucking in the 11th. Chris is
Yeah.
fucking
I
good.
I thought he was going to be out longer. I know they're starting him on the pup list or whatever,
Yeah.
but I read something earlier that they were thinking maybe only 4 or 5. I heard Jordan Brooks, they probably weren't even putting on the pup list. They were
Oh.
they were thinking that, so he might be back even earlier than 4. That'd
I
be
think
good
they
for you.
put him. I think they did officially put him on. I think he's out at least 4 weeks, but I think it was precautionary. I could be wrong on that,
I
but I think they.
I know they
absolutely,
were debating it, so they might have done it.
Evan, I don't know if you feel this way because it's your team, but I absolutely stay away from Minnesota receivers. They cannot stop getting in trouble. All of them.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's all them damn white girls. They're bad news, man. Snow bunnies.
Actually, I don't think Jefferson's gotten in trouble for anything quite yet.
Good.
I was just about to say that.
Keep his ass in a bubble. Put him in a bubble.
Well, I think that's why that's because he sits at home and plays video games all the time. So
Good.
see, it's good for you,
It is
late
good for
gentlemen.
you.
Don't let your ladies tell you otherwise.
Yeah, god damn it, that's right. And I love Shane. He's a homer too. Zamir White, gotta love it.
Yeah, that's.
Um,
Oh, he got him after the 7th.
he got him in the 8th.
And Alexander
Oh,
Madison, he
shit.
took 2 fucking Vegas running backs.
And didn't Dylan just get hurt? Green
Yep,
Bay.
Dylan's done for the season.
That's brutal. That's brutal. But just
Oh
looking at
shit.
his list here, I would if Kincaid can replicate with all those guys, Gabe and Diggs both gone, Kincaid can have a monster year. I mean, it's possible. Anybody from that Green Bay receiving core, you don't know who's going to be the guy, but the way we've seen Jordan Love sling the rock around, I think you could just pick one and hope for the best, right?
Yeah.
Especially late. I mean, you got him in the 11th. It's not like he had to risk anything to get him.
Exactly.
No, but
Um,
Shayna's gonna be hurting on fucking running backs.
yeah, he didn't take his first running back
He
till
took
the
all
8th.
his running backs in the 8th and later round.
He sure the
It's
fuck
fucking
did.
crazy.
Hey, Shane's a wild card. You never know, but his ass, he won the fucking championship last year.
He's stacked at wide receiver though.
He's absolutely stacked. And then we go to our boy Trevon. Let's take a look. Brian Robinson, Purdy, Samuel, Hopkins. D-Hop's interesting, huh? What the fuck's going on with him? It's weird.
Injured.
Who's
Yeah, I mean, but he's got Scary Terry, Evan Ingram, and then I like his last pick because I mean that's Seattle's number 2 wide receiver. I don't know why he chose Lockett, but
Lockett, he's like PPR gold every year, isn't he? Like every year he has a ton of receptions, right?
They love him in Seattle, so I think he's.
Look at that.
I don't
Look at
think
that.
he's necessarily going to be good, but he's going to be enough of a target hog away from Njigba. I think again this year.
His past 5 seasons, 82, 100, 73, 84, 79. The motherfucker catches the rock. Really good for PPR. Yards, he's hit 1,000 yards every season since 19 minus last year, but we also saw the quarterback situation go on there before
I think he was.
Gino.
I think he was injured a little bit too.
No, he played 17 games last year.
Lockett did? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
he sure did. But honestly,
Oh,
remember
wow.
there was the whole was it Gino or was it not Gino? Or who was the other guy there? He's in Denver now, right?
No, he was in Denver. Locke.
Oh,
Lock.
that's right. Drew Lock. That's right. That's right.
no, he's in New York.
Right, but last season
That's right.
wasn't Locke there from Denver last season?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he was part of the Wilson deal. I thought a year or two ago. Maybe I'm wrong.
yeah.
No, you're right.
Let's go take. Oh, we skipped some people. Oh, let's see what the computer did. So
Nothing.
now this is a point of contention. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the computer took 6 of the top defensive players in the offensive rounds. This is not Ryan's fault. It's not. He had to work, and we're not.
Nope.
And we're
But
not. We're
kind
not
of
dictators.
boned when it comes to keepers.
He's going to be hurt.
Yeah,
He's hurt.
because he can't keep on the defensive side either.
He's hurt. So it loaded him up on defense. He got loaded. Yes. Man, it's too bad he can't keep a fucking linebacker in the first 7, huh? Fuck. So
Oh yeah.
poor Ryan. But also, if you look at his first couple picks here, like the computer took Brees Hall, which is cool. I don't like Williams. I think staying away from the LA Rams backfield makes a ton of sense. Staying the fuck away from that shit. Stroud and Dell, love it. Honestly, though, after that, because the fucking defense taken in the first 15 really hurt him. Because, Carl, what were we talking about? Where's it at? If you look at, and during the defensive rounds, it was auto-drafting butt on offense.
Well, because that's all that was left.
Yeah, just fucking Booty Brown. So, hey, good luck for Ryan.
And he ended up with 2 kickers.
It's a kicker's year. It's a kicker's year. Shemp, I don't believe in Gus Edwards. He doesn't. I don't believe in him. I just don't. And also, the motherfucker can't catch a ball to save his life. I mean, his receiving numbers, if I'm not mistaken, are fucking hilarious. Let's see, receptions. Look at that. Look at that. 2, 7, 9, 0, and 12.
Mm-hmm.
He has 30 receptions on his career. Damn. You can't blame that on Lamar Jackson. Damn, that boy cannot catch the ball.
Yeah, but they didn't throw the ball like that to their running backs.
Watch Christian Kirk fucking pop off this year.
That would be a good keeper.
Yep. Judy's young, but he's also in Cleveland. Who knows what the hell's going to happen with that?
Is he young? He's been around for like 6 years, right?
Who is that? Judy?
Yeah.
4. It feels like 6, doesn't it?
4. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. It feels like it, but even his numbers, I mean, yeah, they're not amazing.
No,
But he's only.
I wasn't a fan.
What? That makes him like what? He's probably like 24, 25. He's still young. Switching gears here. Honestly, I love Montgomery in the 7th for the Duckies there. That's pretty sweet. Eckler, Evan, that was like your guy for like 2 years, right? Like you always made sure you had Eckler in your squad.
I don't think I got him the first year, but I think I got him the second year as a first round pick, and he was really, really good. And then I kept him as my keeper as the first round pick, and he got injured all last year. I think that's how that worked out.
And
Mm.
she got Rogers in the 11th. The last time I won the championship in 15, I think I took Rogers like super late that year. It's crazy, man. I don't know. That
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's a good pick. And then I like her last two picks.
Oh, Coleman and Johnson.
Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of upside. So
Coleman
I
definitely,
think
right?
those are always, yeah, I
Yeah.
think those are always good picks, especially late.
Man, Carolina though, isn't that like scary to pick and well, you know what though? I take that back. If you're taking him in the 14th round, you're not risking shit.
Well, yeah, and then I mean you're banking on Bryce Young. What does
Damn.
Bryce Young do? If he does good, then maybe Deontay, reclaims some of what everyone thought he was gonna be.
Dude, she performed better after 7 than her first 6. I mean, Montgomery, Eckler, Godwin, Rogers, Johnson, and Cole. Damn, bro. So she did pretty fucking strong in the back half.
Well,
Man,
even Higgins at 8 is pretty good.
I think so. Because
I like Joe Mixon at 6 though. I thought that was a good pick.
I was just looking at that. I was like, man, if Mixon stays healthy too, he's a fucking monster. I like Pittman a lot. Nakua, Robinson. Shit, she might have a year. And then here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Jerome Ford's a great pick late, I think, because he's going to be starting the season, right? On this
Yeah,
list, on this
for the
list,
first 4 or 5 weeks.
after Jerome Ford, would you draft any of those guys really?
I liked Pickens kind of. Not really. I didn't like the quarterback situation. Um, Rasheed Rice is a solid pick at 7.
I mean,
Yeah.
But
he
yeah,
he's got a ton of faith in Mahomes because anytime Taysom's your backup quarterback from Git, kind of putting yourself in a little bit on the 8 ball, aren't you? Right behind it.
yeah,
Godspeed, John. Godspeed. All right, let's fucking move off this. IDP. Okay, so we already brushed on it, but because Ryan had to work, no one's fucking pissed about that. It's all good. It did kind of get crazy though for us when we went into defense, just with those 5. Fucking really,
Yeah.
I would say 6, because Antoine Winfield
Yeah.
is a fucking points machine in IDP. We treat pass deflections essentially like defensive players' receptions. That they get a whole point for that, and he had a ton.
You know what? His entire first defensive picks, it almost looks like destabilized everything.
I mean, he has the best defense.
Oh, by far.
Let's
Well,
go.
because he got the top 3 or 3 out of the top 5 linebackers, and then pretty tops. He got tops everything: D line, linebackers, and because look at his D line.
Oh
He
my
got Aiden
god,
Hutchinson and Bosa.
and fucking Jones. Hell yeah! You know what?
Yeah,
Ryan has to make the playoffs this year. With
I mean he should just based on defense.
and I know we kind of retuned defense a little bit, but not much. So there's still, because remember how many points DBs and linebackers were producing compared to previous seasons, right? I mean, Antoine Winfield had 220 in a DB spot. I mean, come on. Ryan better win.
I think more the D line scored a lot more points than they used to, and I
Yeah,
think that's going to be big
we
going forward.
and that was because we knocked it up from a point for a tackle to 1.25. So every 4 tackles you got 5 points.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's nice though. It's nice. Um, I mean, I think the draft went pretty well, minus the computer, because like we said, we're not blaming Ryan. The computer has some fuckery, but that's whatever. It's football. All right, shit's gonna get weird. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Here we go. What is your favorite late round pick? favorite pick, and we're going to consider late round 7 down. That's what we're going to consider late. Let me scroll down here. I'll start first to give you guys a moment here. Jerome Ford in the 8th. I fucking love that pick. I think that's fucking nasty. Seeing that he's going to have the bulk of the work on week 1, and John got him in the 8th round, 8th pick. That's fucking sexy. So that would be my choice for favorite late rounder. That's not mine. I would say Jerome Ford that late's pretty fucking nasty. Evan, you have somebody in mind you like? And what round? Tell me the round too.
I got a couple of them, but now that I'm looking at this again, I almost think Shane's pick of Zamir White in the 8th round is my favorite. It's close, but I think that one I admit that's a draft board miss on my end, and most likely having my running backs covered. I never even looked at it.
He's starting, right? He's the starter, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and he's pretty efficient last year. I think I mean, I don't think anything crazy will happen, but in the 8th round, I think it's definitely one of the better values.
That's right. I mean, he had 104 attempts, and he had to fucking share the backfield with Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
And he came on late, right?
Yeah.
All right, Carl, you got someone in
Look
mind?
at his mugshot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, damn, that boy was not happy that day. He was not having it that day. Somebody fucked up his coffee.
I think one of my favorite picks late round was definitely Xavier Worthy. When Chris got him, I was thinking about him, and I didn't even realize he was still out there. I like that pick,
dude. He looks like he belongs in Bone Thug and Harmony, bro. Great pick. Great fucking pick. Damn.
I also liked Rashee Rice late. I know he might get suspended. So,
is that still up for debate?
Well, they're saying they're going to let the legal process take precedent before they punish him. So, they don't think he's going to get suspended this year.
No, every day that they wait to rule that is better news.
Bro, they don't even have it
Yeah.
listed here. Yeah, you're okay. Yeah, they're not even treating it as a news story. Interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. To be honest, there was a lot of good late picks. I thought everybody did pretty good on getting late picks, except for a couple of people. But I think everybody at least grabbed one or two guys that have some serious upside late.
Yeah.
I mean, even like you with Keenan Allen. I mean, he could blow up in Chicago. We don't know.
Glass cannon, right? If he can fucking keep his bones intact.
Right. And even Chris grabbing Caleb Williams too. I think that's a good pick. Because like I said, it's just all upside. Or even Evan with Jaden Daniels and Brooks. I like both of those guys. So I think those were all good picks.
I'll tell you what, though.
There's a lot of good picks late. Nick Chubb too. I still think that was one of the greatest picks, especially since we have an IR spot. It really doesn't hurt him at all. So the fact that he got him in the 11th is pretty crazy.
Yeah, now that I'm actually thinking about it a little more, I think that Nick Chubb pick might be the championship pick for Chris that late. Honestly, that's such a fucking great pick that late.
I really don't have a lot of faith after a fucking was it Achilles blowout, right?
Oh, I thought
it was MCL and ACL. He tore them both.
Yeah, he got both of them.
I just, at his more advanced age, you usually don't see him coming back as often the next year. Now, he did have more than average recovery time. He's had a lot. There's been a lot of work on those tires.
I will say this: my favorite pick that I made by far was fucking Herbert in the 14th. With Harbaugh coming in, I know he has plantar fascia right now, but I don't plan on starting him for a while. So I was fucking pumped because I wasn't even going to take a second quarterback. I was actually just going to go for all value, and then drop somebody and add a quarterback, whoever was left. But we're sitting in the 14th round. I was like, Justin Herbert's still fucking there. People were scared of him because of that plantar fasciitis shit. That's not forever. That's going away. Fuck, he played preseason, didn't he? Didn't he take a snap or two?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't
pretty
think so,
sure.
actually.
I mean, I think that planner thing's behind him already. I think he might start week 1. I was
Well,
pretty.
I'm
I
pretty
think he's
sure
on
he's
track
going
to
to
start.
start week 1. I think the one thing that was scaring everybody off of him was they're supposed to run the ball more. We'll see how effective they are at doing it. I think they're going to have to throw the ball sometime.
Oh my God, I should have took more in account. If you look at his the receivers there, Chark, Davis. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try it. Johnston. Oh my God, Quentin Johnson. He was in that video I made earlier in the season. He just kept like fucking clapping his hands together and not catching the ball. I don't know. I'm still pumped on getting his ass that late. Let's. Oh, here we go. Speaking of which, let's kind of dive into championship talk here. So I went through and I looked up. Actually, we might just do this. Actually, we'll get rid of. Let's go to the actual thing. Where the hell did I find that at? I already forgot where I found the last year's. Everyone's like overall winners. Where the hell did I find that at? It wasn't record
book?
No, because that doesn't fucking have anything yet. Okay, well, I'll just ask you guys. Okay, check it out. So, of our current members, of the 10 of us, 7 of us have won a championship. Myself, 3, 09, 12, 15. Shane, 2, 10, 23. Pops, 2, 11, and 19. Combo, 1, 1 in 2013. Chris got 1 in 14. Carl, the fucking goat of the league right now, has 4, 16, 18, 21, 22. Kind of hard to talk shit about.
Wait, didn't Shimp win last year as well?
No, 19.
Shane won last year.
Yep.
Shane, you're right. Shane did win last year.
Yeah, and then Evan has 1. He won in 20. There are 3 current players that have never won championship. Do you guys believe there could be new blood in the ship this season? If so, do you think Ryan, Emmerette, or Trev have a legitimate shot? And if you had to pick one you think can actually do it, actually make it, who would you favor? I'll go first. Trev. I know. I know. Hold on. Hear me out. Okay. Lamar Jackson and Jefferson. I know the quarterback situation in Minnesota is kind of scary, but if you look at just his starting receivers, Jefferson, AJ Brown, and DJ Moore. DJ Moore had a fucking hell of a season last year. Hell of a season. And now Caleb's there. I know Allen's going to soak up some receptions, but Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Ingram, and Brian Robinson. His starting lineup is not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not terrible. His bench, most of those people won't be there. Purdy will be, probably.
I could see Samuel sticking around.
Scary Terry's a good guy, right? Reed, Battle, his defense definitely needs some work, but we all know how IDP works. You can drop and add all you want in IDP. Seriously. So of those 3, Ryan, Trev, Emmerette, I think Trevor's got the best shot to be new blood. That's my pick. What do you guys say? I'll start with Evan.
I mean, I think Carl's going to say the same thing I am, but John, most likely, the
John's already won.
overwhelming defensive power that he
you mean
projectedly
Ryan.
has. Now, granted, I could see there's 2 of those players I look at right now, and I could see a season-ending injury like possibly happening just based on their history. James is a contender for that, but I mean, even then, he's still got top 10 in the other 2 spots. So,
You talking about Ryan or John?
wait,
Combo's
He meant
one.
Ryan.
Yeah, he meant Ryan, right?
Yeah,
I
he
get it?
meant Ryan.
did I get it mixed around? What did I say?
You said Combo, but Combo won in 13. He's already won.
Oh, whoops. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you meant dick her down, boys.
I did.
Spit on that thing. All right, Carl. What do you? I think I know, but who are you thinking?
I mean, I would definitely bet on Dicker down.
If you had to
But
put money on it?
I think Emmerette has a good team. Her and Ryan have both been very close to winning championships. They just never got over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
I think, to be honest, I think they're both pretty dangerous this year. Um, I just think Ryan obviously has the upside with the early start on defense. Because I think when I went back to back, man, my defense really carried me. Mahomes wasn't super great those 2 years, and my offense wasn't particularly well, but I killed it on defense every week. I was getting like 100 points on defense, easy.
Just
So
soaking up those fucking IDP bonus points, huh?
yeah. Well, I mean, if you have stacked linebackers, man, if they're getting you 15, 20 every week, if they were outscoring my offense, like my defense was outscoring my offense. So I definitely think he has an edge just on that aspect. He's going to be tough to beat because he's going to easily get probably 200 points a week.
Right. I mean,
I think the one downfall he has is receivers. His receivers aren't great. Um,
ooh,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah.
I'd have to agree.
He's gonna hurt at receiver. I mean, beyond Tank Dell and Jaden Reed, like even Shaheed, he's all right, but I mean that's not somebody that I would really want in my starting lineup.
Especially with what Derek Carr still slinging the pill there, right?
Right.
Man, I'll tell you. No, yeah, between actually that's pretty sweet. We all picked someone different of the three. Well, one of us could be right. One of us could be right. There could be some new blood. I mean, we haven't had new blood since Evan in the championship back in 2020, right? That was the last time we had someone that was in the championship that had not won previously. Was in 2020, and yeah, that was the old Gypsy himself in his tent. Carl, you had mentioned something about draft grades. I want to throw that over to you.
All right. Well, we ended up with 3 A's in our league, 2 A+s and an A. And I looked up percentages. I saw a Yahoo article, and it showed what percentages you are if you end up with like an A. So an A+ will give you your percentage is 52.9% to win.
Oh shit! So
And then
over half.
yeah, just over half. But the interesting thing is it doesn't drop as much as you would think, depending on the grade. Like it goes down by 1%. So Evan's at 51.9 with an A. And then it goes to me, I'm right at 50, 50.6. And then a C+ is 50.3. And then a C is 50. So then when it drops to a D or a D-, like they both have, it goes to 47.5. And then
Oof.
an F drops you down to 43%.
Ooh. Actually, in
But
context
even
of,
still, that's still like right around 50.
but when you're dealing with percentages, from 50 to what was F? You said 43.
Yeah. So it basically drops
Oof.
by 10 points. It
Oof.
starts at 52.9 all the way to 43.2.
That's pretty brutal. In percentages, that's fucking brutal. Like in my own profession, 7% decline, that's fucking brutal. That's crazy. I guess they have all. When did draft grades start? Well, maybe like 6 years ago we started seeing that shit. Maybe 6, 7 years ago.
Something like that.
And how many
But I
millions?
also think sometimes, like in one of my other leagues, I think I ended up with a D. And the only pick they really hated was I drafted Aaron Rodgers kind of early. And they just knocked me for that. But he was like, at that point, there was like all 10 quarterbacks, top 10 were gone.
Right. Well,
And
yeah.
so he
Okay.
was like one of the better options left. But they killed me for that. Like I
Well,
got a D, and I thought I drafted pretty good.
every season prior to this one, we've had keepers. So didn't you win every draft because you got Mahomes in the 7th, like draft grade wise?
Yeah, I mean they give you a good draft grade for that. But what I've noticed, I mean, like we were talking about Shimps, A plus. He got an A plus, but look at who he drafted. I wouldn't have gave him an A plus.
Me neither. I mean, you know what though? This is actually accurate grading though, because we don't have any keepers this season.
Right. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the ADP and the draft grades are a little overrated, and I think the percentages kind of show that because even with an F, you're still above 40% to win. So it really depends on what you do during the season and what you're collecting on the waiver and who you're dropping and picking up.
Right. I hear
Um,
that. I hear that.
I think everybody still has a good chance to win, even Trevor. Um,
Yo, if
I
Trevor
just think
fucking wins the league with an F grade, I think we have to give him something. We have to make a trophy for that, don't we? We have to make a trophy. If you get a fucking F grade and you win the ship, we got to do something for the guy. We got to do something. We'll
I
make
thought
it.
his first two picks were really good. I don't know. He kind of lost me with some of his middle round picks.
Yeah, well, I think the fireball started biting him a bit too. You know. No, honestly, like we'll make like a worst to first one. Like if you have the lowest draft grade ranking and you win the whole thing, there's got to be. We'll figure that out. If he pulls it off, we're gonna figure that out. We'll work on that.
That would be good.
Yeah, we'll figure something like that out. I mean, Evan, do you kind of look at draft grades as like kind of like, okay, so this is kind of telling me how I performed, or do you just disregard them like, it's nonsense? What do you think?
A little bit of both. Some of them are just a little ridiculous. Like he said, one pick could throw off your entire thing, and it's kind of like there's some things they're not really factoring. It's almost like it's a set algorithm where it's like it'll assign you points based on where you take your quarterback, but not based on where everybody else took theirs.
Oh, so kind of subjective to just your roster, not a complete overview. It's kind of what you're saying.
I think it's geared a little bit more towards that sort of because it's an ADP analysis. It's not necessarily a draft strategy
Exactly.
analysis
Oh,
or
that's
a
a good point.
reaction.
You're right, and Carl did mention that too, how the ADP kind of fucks it up.
Hmm.
Okay,
Well, like even Mark when he said, "Oh, well, you got Kelsey, so I got a little gun shy,"
he
and
did.
he drafted Laporta.
Old
Like that kind of
Shimtations.
thing will happen during the draft, and it's not like they factor that in.
The old Shimtations. God, I love him, man. He's the best. He has a hell of a roster. I mean, Tua. Okay, back to the London thing. I still don't agree with taking him that early. Flowers. Man, his receivers are kind of whack, huh? Man,
I like Flowers.
I think I would put Kirk in over. I don't know. I don't know. He's in the playoffs every year, so he'll figure it out. He's fucking there every season. Um, okay, here we go. So we've kind of pretty much ran through most of this, right? Uh, of the 10 rosters, excluding your own, what roster would you pick to play with this season if you can't choose your own? All right. And I'll start. I was thinking about this at work because I had it rolling around in my head. I was like, if all the rosters that we have, and if I can't choose my own, who would I pick? And I'm really leaning hard, even though I disagree with his first two picks. Dugout Fister has a fucking squad. Shane has a decent fucking team. I think if I didn't have my own, I'd go Dugout Fisters. I'd go Chris. That'd be my pick. Where's it at? Caleb Williams, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, Hollywood Brown, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Kyle Pitts, and A-Chain. It's pretty fucking solid, don't you think?
Yeah.
And then over on defense, Hamilton, Branch, Jones, Anderson Jr., Quinnen Williams, Dana, Fred Warner, Patrick Queen, Logan Wilson. And even his bench. I mean, if I didn't have my own squad, I would take old Curtis himself. Where are you guys feeling? I know I just kind of threw that at you without giving you much time to think about it, but that's kind of the point. Let's start with Gypsy over there, VP of Ops.
Let's see.
A little bit of humility in the afternoon, huh?
there. Let's see, what's he got? Okay. Let me see the other ones real quick.
Okay.
Uh, Stroud, Tank.
Here, I'll help you out. I'll
Tank.
give you some more space.
There you go. Ah, I'm going back and forth between Shimp and Shane. I I I think I'd go Shane because I seem to have a ridiculous ability to stream running backs at some point, like mid late part of the year. So I kind of bank on that a lot of the time when drafting. So I think I'd go Shane.
You did that the year you won. You were completely streaming running backs.
Well, I did that last year. I think I picked up Kyron off of waivers, and he was like my starting running back throughout the year because Eckler went down. And then there was somebody else I picked up that was like RB5 at least every single week for a few weeks, and then they went down with an injury. I can't remember who it was, but I remember I had 2 or 3 backs like that last year
I mean,
where I
look
was
at
just
that.
hot handing it.
Shinjo's first 3 picks are St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, and Josh Allen. Did Shane have the best 3 rounds? Did he have the best 3 picks?
Possibly.
Fuck, he definitely loaded up. He might.
Shit.
He might have had the best 3 rounds.
Oh.
Woo! All right, Lito, who you thinking?
Let's see.
It's kind of hard when it's not
I
your
mean,
own team, huh?
well, like I do like Chris's roster. I kind of like the way Gypsy built out his roster.
He's
I
usually
thought
pretty
that was a
solid.
strong. Well, I thought he covered most of his bases pretty well. I like Pacheco, um, Tyreek Hill. I'm not super high on Debo or Kyler Murray, but I think overall he has a strong roster. Like he's gonna score pretty consistently. Um, but yeah, I do like Chris's roster, definitely on defense too. I do think Amaret did good too.
I think this might be her best draft.
She has a pretty balanced roster. I like Hertz and Bijan Robinson with Pittman and Mark Andrews. I think that's pretty solid.
And Nakua. This might be her best draft she's ever done, barring injury, obviously, right?
Right. Well, I mean that's everybody, right?
Yeah, and then also
Nobody wants hurt players.
right. And the curveball to this question, which is really nice, is because yeah, you're taking on that roster, but you in hypothetical, you get to make moves. You get to drop an ad.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, to be honest, yeah, I don't hate a lot of her players. So I think she has good depth. I think there are quite a few good rosters. Um, I actually like Ryan's roster other than Kyron Williams. If he would have fucking drafted a wide receiver right there
yeah.
and still got Josh Jacobs
Good point.
in
Let's see.
the third, like his team would probably be unbeatable.
Let's
but
take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. So Dicker down. Okay, he was 6 in the second. So leading up to him, receivers still available: Nakua, Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown. Wait, no, that's not right. That's not accurate, is it? That's the other way around. It
yeah,
would have been after.
so it'll be Drake London,
yeah. Samuel.
Debo,
Yep.
yeah, Mike Evans.
Yeah. I mean Devontae.
Yeah, if he would have drafted any of those guys, I think he probably would be in better shape. But
Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, all in all, though, he like we talked about earlier. I think he's going to be fine. He'll make some adjustments to his bench. I think he'll be good. All right, here we go. Last
so you need
one.
to make a trade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he has all the value in the league to make trades. He can offer up those top defenders for some fucking good offensive players. He can do it. All right, let's wrap this thing up, boys. Last thing we're gonna do, pick who's in the ship. I'm gonna start with you, Carl. Pick the 2 teams in the ship, and you can choose yourself. That's fine. Who you pick?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, sure the fuck is.
That's a good question.
I put myself in a pretzel at work today for like 30 minutes.
I think I'm gonna go Ryan versus. I think I'm gonna go either Chris. Yeah, I'll go Ryan and Chris.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Especially historically, you did go back to back in 21-22. It's fucking hard to go even past back to back, right? Well, you have that gap season now, Carl. Shane won one in between.
Yeah.
He won one in between. You can Patriots this thing because I'll tell you what I was thinking. I was actually thinking it was going to be you and Chris. That was my pick. I thought it'd be Carl and Chris in the championship. That was my prediction. Both your guys' rosters are stacked. And like you said, defense, you've by far probably had the best defensive waiver ads post-draft for points. And you're right. I was looking back on it. You were scoring a shitload of fucking points out of your defense. A shitload.
Yeah.
A shitload. So obviously you have an eye for it. Whatever that means, I don't know. But that's my prediction. I think it's going to be you and Chris, and I think Chris actually might pull it out this year. I think Chris gets his second in 24. All right, Gypsy, close this out, baby. Who you picking?
Well, I'm sitting here. That you made a good argument about Carl that made me second guess. I think I'm gonna go. I know I think Shimp is locked in. I was trying to figure out who else is
Ooh,
gonna be.
sexy. I like
He,
it.
he's always hanging around there, and he had himself another shifty draft. So
He's sneaky, bro.
nothing changes.
He's fucking sneaky. You don't even see him there, but he's fucking there with his hair and shit. He's there.
I'll throw the pride in the mix. I'll say I'll make it. Me and
Yeah.
Shimp and the champ.
That'd be a good one too. You and Shimp. Who's winning?
Well, if I don't have to deal with the injury bug the way I have the last 2 years, I really like my roster. It landed almost exactly the way I planned it out, except for not getting my McBride and Tyler stack, which if I'd have done it reverse, I probably could have gotten. Now looking at it, but I feel really good about it.
Fucking A, man. All right. Well, shit, boys. That was a pretty good recap. I feel like we covered a lot of shit. How long has this ran? Boys, we went over an hour.
It went pretty long.
Did not feel like that. That was, man. Fuck yeah, guys. Well, hey, week 0. Week 0, man. I'm going to cut another one, obviously, next week for week 1. You guys are more than welcome to join, too.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna cut it just for fantasy or for just like football recap?
No, so my plan is I want to do a week 1 preview leading into. That's why you notice I didn't even touch matchups in this video at all.
Okay. So this is just strictly for fantasy then?
This is strictly week 0, WHC. Next week,
Yeah.
I'm going to be so horny for football. I'll probably do a betting video because I'm getting my season begins this Thursday actually for betting. I got North Dakota State versus Buffalo Thursday, 5 p.m. My gambling season begins. So, fuck, I might cut a fucking college football video tonight for betting. I don't know. And then week 1, I'm going to be fucking busy week 1. I got full college slate Saturday. I got a full football slate Sunday next week. And we got fantasy rocking. I'm in fucking heaven right now. So I'll tell you what. I'll shoot you guys a text and I'll put it in the league chat. If I'm doing what I'm gonna do, I want to do a matchup preview. If you guys want in, fuck yeah, baby, let's do it. All right.
Yeah, I'm down.
Hell yeah. And then all right, boys, well, we're gonna cut this one out and bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Au revoir.